Sing. Love is a glory from eternity's share.
So we just heard the mother's voice and the meditation music. Next, we have the same question was asked to mother, that what is the importance of your voice? How significant is that voice? And so we are going to play that. It's a Mona Sarkar who was in the ashram. He has narrated the answer. It starts with mother's voice and then he narrates, and it's so wonderful, and it gives us a goosebump to know that we know her. Know her in the sense, with our limited sense, not in the full divinity maybe, but as a child, whatever we know, however we can know of her, I think this piece will really jag chhod dena, like there's a word in Hindi, that's really what we felt when we hear that. So I'd like to play that for all of us to understand. And whenever we hear mother's voice, what does it really means?
At the very bottom of the inconscience, most hard and rigid and narrow and stifling, I struck upon an almighty spring that cast me up forthwith into a formless, limitless vast, vibrating with the seeds of a new world. This wonderful world of delight waiting at our gates for our call to come down upon earth.
Mother, I had always the impression that your voice is exceptional. It is extraordinary. We have never heard a similar voice. It carries us up, shakes the whole being, and gives an impetus to our aspiration. It inspires us to be sincere and conscious. It is marvelous, Mother. It kindles the psychic flame. It is sweet and at the same time powerful. You are right, my child. It is exactly that. You know, now my voice does not carry far and does not resound as powerfully as before, because I have difficulty in retaining the breath. Still, if you heard my voice, it is exceptional. I cannot speak very loudly, but still it carries far. It is unique because it vibrates with the power to manifest. My voice is not ordinary. This voice, clear, pure, tranquil, is filled with love and light, and above all, an infinite compassion which extends towards all those who hear it. This voice is so convincing that it evokes an ardent aspiration in all the hearts. It has a supreme healing power, and its vibrations remove the difficulties, and the obstacles vanish as by an enchantment. People feel relieved of a great burden. My voice tears the veil of ignorance and imperceptibly penetrates the heart to awaken the consciousness. This voice liberates the head of all mental influences and the anxieties which weigh upon us and torment us, and liberates in us the ardent power and the individual faculties lying dormant in inertia. It shakes up the physical tamas, drives away fear from our inconscience, removes the barriers that oppose us, strengthens the base, and gives the energy for launching ourselves towards the goal. My voice awakes the calm certitude in all hearts. This voice is consciousness itself. It awakens the consciousness in the inconscience. My voice comes from the Supreme, and He expresses Himself through me. This voice, which has expressed only the Lord's will, which has pronounced nothing but the supreme truth, is charged with an extraordinary force to manifest the divine powers. It vibrates and gives an impetus to our aspiration, an assurance to all our conviction, and above all, dispels the clouds of ill will. This voice, tender, clear, pure, powerful, vigorous and energetic, gives an amplitude and a calm lucidity which directs and transmits the powers of the divine will. It is like a gentle peace, a vivifying breath, a love that consoles the aggrieved hearts. The vibration that my voice transmits awakens in the heart the aspiration for the divine. It creates a resonance which sounds and resounds like a note of music, which penetrates and repeats itself and awakens the cells to this vibration, to open the consciousness to the light in the beatitude of the divine communion. This voice comes from the infinite and merges into the infinite. You know, each element of the universe has its own voice. For some, it is audible. For others, it is silent. But still, each element expresses its own aspiration. And those who are open in these planes can hear it. This voice, which is so familiar to you, which is at the same time clear and very simple, but extraordinarily convincing, it gives an assurance, a will for launching towards the unknown. In the hearts of the cowards, my voice instills an invincible courage. In ardent aspirants, It awakens a sentiment of goodwill and mercy. In the thirsting souls, it kindles the flame of aspiration or the purifying flame. There is in this voice an authority that commands. It is at the same time sweet and comforting. Even for the ordinary people, my voice sends a thrill. It awakens a hope, a love, and a feeling that all is not lost. For others, it brings out the splendors that lie hidden within. And for yet others, the key to solve the mysteries of the world. It is a voice which is calm, serene, and peaceful, but sovereignly strong and luminous. It expresses itself with a clarity and a precision, expressing the profound sentiments that are hidden behind the words. It widens and opens the horizons in a universal comprehension. This voice penetrates, floods, overflows, animates, regenerates, and transfigures everything with a sweetness, a radiance, a force, and a power that triumphs with a peaceful and a smiling benevolence. My voice is enveloped with an atmosphere which awakes in us an intense aspiration, which strengthens the will to strive till the goal, and the sentiment of devotion and divine love. It penetrates into the hearts and awakens the central being, removes the screen which covers the psychic flame to lead the consciousness towards the Lord of our existence. My voice has an extraordinary power. It spreads a harmony, a peace, a light, and an amplitude that resounds and shines brightly in each cell with a joy that exults to know Him. It gives an amplitude and travels in waves which ring through the atmosphere in the occult worlds. This voice can be heard in the spheres that constitute the universe, and even more in the immutable silence of eternity. Beyond all manifestation, in the immobile beatitude of His power and His resplendent light, my voice recovers the divine presence which creates the Word, which is the expression of His plenitude and His illumination. I can describe it indefinitely, and as long as one has not attained a certain level of consciousness, one can understand nothing of what my voice is, the depth and the value of what it contains.
But all turn with joy and longing to Mahalakshmi, for she throws the spell of the intoxicating sweetness of the divine. To be close to her is a profound happiness, and to feel her within the heart is to make existence a rapture and a marvel. Grace and charm and tenderness flow out from her like light from the sun, and wherever she fixes her wonderful gaze, or lets fall the loveliness of her smile, the soul is seized and made captive and plunged into the depths of an unfathomable bliss. Magnetic is the touch of her hand, and their occult and delicate influence refines mind and life and body, and where she presses her feet course, miraculous streams of an entrancing Ananda.
So, hello. So we just heard in her own words. Voice was obviously for Mona Sarkar, and for some of you who don't know who is Mona Sarkar, he was a devotee of the Mother Shrivindo. He lived in the ashram at the time of Mother was physically there. And if I'm not wrong, he was one of the captain of the physical education or the teams. He has many reminiscences with the mother, and this is one of the questions which he had asked, and mother had given the answer. Today we are all here to celebrate Mother's arrival day. And if we go back to what does it really mean in Mother's own word, what she said about her arrival is the anniversary of my return to Pondicherry was the tangible sign of the sure victory over the adverse forces. So what does it really mean? What adverse forces and what victory? A mother came to Pondicherry in 1914, we all know, and then she went back, and then she came back to 1920. She could have stayed at 1914 as well. I mean, all the other issues were presented to us that why she went back, they really are not an issue for her if she had chosen to stay. It seems that Mother and Shrivindo, when they first met, they understood, they knew, not understood, they knew, because there's nothing to understand, they knew everything. They knew what was going to happen in the world, all the world wars, 1, 2, and they had seen it. So Mother probably had gone back to establish in other parts of the world some kind of, call it a system or node, or establish the forces so that what is to become, it can be well governed while she is in India. While Shrivindo and Mother, they both are in India. This world turbulences which are yet to come at that time, that could be taken care. I believe that's why Mother went back to after 1914 when she came to India, and then she came back in 1920, and Mother and Shrivindo, they both worked together for something. So what does that coming means next time when she's saying my coming is a victory for the adverse forces? So if I can give you an analogy of Mahabharata, or in the way, if you know Arjun had a Dhanush, his name was Gandhi. So whenever Arjun goes to war or to a fight, battle, Arjun or anyone else actually of that, I'm just taking because Arjun is and Gandhi is very famous. So before they start the war, they used to just hold the string and leave it without any arrow. And the voice of that string used to create tremors in the enemy forces. The same thing you can understand when the shank, the conch, when the war starts and Arjun or Lord Krishna, when they use their conches, they used to send the tremors in the enemy forces. At the same time, the same noise, the same voice used to send the waves of happiness in their side, whichever side they were on. So it's a voice which was at the same time creating a happiness and the same time is creating a havoc in the other part. So mother's coming to Pondicherry was such that the people who were open or willing to work with Mother and Sri Aurobido's integral yoga and there's lot they had to accomplish and they did. And so that all that can be done, her just coming herself, simply coming and walking down in the Pondicherry, to me, that's what it really means. And this is what the words of the mother when she's saying, my coming is a sure victory over the adverse forces. That's what it means, that without just walking on the Pondicherry, it sent the tremor because now they are together. And there is something here in the Savitri, which I want to read, which also seems to me that it somewhat tells what that coming of mother to the Pondicherry meant. And I'll read this. For since upon this blind and whirling globe, earth plasm first quivered with the illumining mind, and life invaded the material sheath, afflicting inconscience with the need to feel, since in infinity's silence woke a word, a mother wisdom works in nature's breast to pour delight on the heart of the toil and want, and press perfection on life's stumbling powers, impose heaven's sentinels on the obscure abyss, and make dumb matter conscious of its God. Although our fallen mind forget to climb, although our human stuff resists or breaks, she keeps her will that hopes to divinize clay. Failure cannot repress, defeat overthrow. Time cannot weary her, nor the void subdue. The ages have not made her passionless. No victory she admits of death or fate. Always she drives the souls to new attempt. Always her magical infinitude forces to aspire the inert brute elements as one who has all infinity to waste. She scatters the seed of the eternal's strength on a half animate and crumbling mold, plants heaven's delight in the heart's passionate mire, pours Godhead's seeking into a bare beast frame, hides immortality in a mask of death, once more that will put on an earthly shape. So this just, I was reading Savitri and I felt that it is something also mother's coming to Pondicherry shows that how she has, as infinity to her, she is infinite, but she's not in a rush, she's not in a hurry, and whatever it may take, she's willing to do for the Sri Aurobindo, for the Lords, and for her work, and to work with us. So this is what I thought we could discuss on this. There is something else. There's a song I wanted to sing, and I wanted to find a karaoke, but karaoke is not available. So I'm just gonna sing along with the song, and I hope that's okay.
The newest upgraded mini washer is only $5.49 now. 8 liters large.
पल पल तरसते भगवन धन बरसते प्राण के पल पल तरसते भगवन धन बरसते तुम पधारो पधारो प्रकाशिनी तुम पधारो अनंत प्रकाशिनी तुम पधारो अनंत प्रकाशिनी इस धरित्री के नयन के आश्रु अपनी शेष हैं इस धरित्री के नयन के आश्रु अपनी शेष हैं कोटि कंठों की पुकारों में तरुण आवेश है कोटि कंठों की पुकारों में तरुण आवेश है वीर मार्ग प्रदर्शिनी वीर मार्ग प्रदर्शिनी वीर मार्ग प्रदर्शिनी मार्ग प्रदर्शिनी आओ के पल पल तरसते भगवन घन बरसते तुम पधारो तुम पधारो प्रकाशिनी तुम पधारो अनंत प्रकाशिनी तुम पधारो अनंत प्रकाशिनी हृदय के कमल दल पर ज्योतिमय अपने चरण धर मम हृदय के कमल दल पर ज्योतिमय अपने चरण धर दान दो तब गंध पावन दान दो तब गंध पावन देह मन सब कुछ उठे भर देह मन सब कुछ उठे भर फिर नवीन प्रभात आए दिव्य ज्योति विकासिनी फिर नवीन प्रभात आए दिव्य ज्योति विकासिनी तुम पधारो अनंत प्रकाशिनी तुम पधारो अनंत प्रकाशिनी प्राण के पल पल तरस दे उहक अंतर घन बरस दे तुम पधारो तुम पधारो तुम पधारो प्रकाशिनी तुम पधारो अनंत प्रकाशिनी तुम पधारो अनंत प्रकाशिनी तुम पधारो अनंत प्रकाशिनी So for today's darshan day, this is what we have planned. Obviously, there's a dinner upstairs, so we all can take a 2 minute silence. Meditate, silent meditation, and then go upstairs and enjoy the food.